Coming up on Daybreak, it's been a staple in Western PA for many years. Find out what one of Pittsburgh's restaurant chains is doing to add more diversity to their brand.
Coming up on Point News, making the city environmentally friendly has become a primary concern. Find out what Point Park and the city are doing to make where we live a little more green.
This morning on Daybreak, it has been one of the worst flu seasons in recent years. What you can do to make sure you don't get sick.
This morning on Daybreak, we all wonder where the snowplows are, but now there's a way for you to find them with the touch of your finger. Construction throughout the city is working to make Pittsburgh one of the greenest cities in the nation. Find out what Point Park is doing to join the initiative.
Us kittens on the runway. Point News was there as a local organization raises money for a good cause.
Snow and ice covered the city last week. Jillian Belich is here, and she's going to be joining us to let us know how the weather will be better or if it will be worse.
Still to come on Point News, we went from summer-like weather to signs of winter. Your weekend outlook is coming up.
Plus, new features are coming to the local ball field. Find out which one they are and when they're scheduled to arrive when Daybreak returns.
Coming up on Daybreak, plans to replace one of the many crumbling bridges in Pittsburgh. What the city is planning that might give you some headache.
Plus, imagine for a moment the joy of getting into the college of your dreams and then having it snatched away from you in the dark of night. The whole story is coming up after the break. Plus, the city has a new way of keeping up with your tax dollars. What the city is planning that will give you access to their spending. Coming up after the break.
New reports are surfacing regarding ISIS in Iraq. An Iraqi official has confirmed to CNN that ISIS burned up to 40 people alive near the town of al-Baghdadi in Iraq's massive Anbar province. The victims included police officers and tribesmen, and most of the victims were burned to death. Last week, ISIS seized control of most of the town, which is located just 9 miles north of the Ain al-Assad Air Base. The airbase holds some 400 U.S. military personnel who are stationed to train Iraqi pilots in the fight against ISIS.
And lastly, in national news this week, the Federal Communication Commission has passed a measure to tighten their control over the internet. On Thursday, the FCC passed a new rule called net neutrality, which allows an equal opportunity for all internet users to access all websites and have better internet speeds. The rule stops cable network giants such as Verizon and Comcast from blocking certain websites. It also stops them from creating an internet fast line for a few tech companies who can afford the service. The net neutrality rules are far from official yet, though the rules are not expected to be implied until the summer, and cable companies are able to fight the ruling by taking the FCC to court.
And the end came to a story that Pittsburgh and the nation have been following for years. This week, Dr. Robert Fronte was sentenced to life in prison after his first-degree murder conviction in the poisoning death of his wife. Fronte, who was a University of Pittsburgh neurological surgery professor, was accused of poisoning his wife, Dr. Autumn Klein, by lacing her drink with cyanide, ordered through his Pitt research lab. A jury found him guilty in November, and his life in prison sentence comes with no chance of parole.
And there's a new luxury hotel on the block. The 248-room Hotel Monaco opened on Wednesday in the former James Reed building on William Penn Place. The hotel is operated by San Francisco-based Kimpton, whose hotels are renowned for their luxury. What's got Pittsburghers talking is the Hotel Monaco sits right next door to another Pittsburgh luxury hotel, the William Penn. Monaco is the first hotel to be in direct next-door competition with the William Penn Hotel in a century. With Pittsburgh's hotel industry booming, the Monaco is the first of 5 new hotels slated to open in the downtown region.
Thanks, guys. Let's start on the ice, where the Pittsburgh Penguins extended their winning streak to 3 games last Wednesday when they defeated the Washington Capitals by a score of 4-3. The game saw the return of defenseman Christian Ehrhoff, who had been out the previous 12 games with a concussion that he suffered in a game January 28th. The game was against the Washington Capitals as well. With the win, the Pens are 5th in the Eastern Conference with 79 points. 4 points behind first place Montreal. Prior to the game, the Pens traded 4th-line winger Zach Sill and 2 draft picks to the Toronto Maple Leafs for forward Daniel Winnick. Winnick is expected to play on the 3rd line and be a factor on the penalty kill.
Elsewhere in the sports world, Major League Baseball is experimenting with a pitch clock in the minor leagues this season in an attempt to speed up games. Other proposals to speed up games include shortening inning breaks and limiting batters on when they can exit the batter's box throughout plate appearances.
First of all, Nicole, I want to thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. The thing that really strikes me is you're still a grad student, so I just got to ask, tell us a little bit about the book in general and how as a grad student did you reach such a feat?
Well, yes, I am a grad student. I'm in my last semester of graduate school, and I have been writing this book since I was 19. So on and off at least, because with grad school it gets a little hectic. However, the book is about obviously love, sex, and situationships, and situationships are just those situations you're in where you're kind of in between a relationship, not sure what you're doing. And so the book is basically talking to 20-something-year-old women about just all the little things that go into what finding love and dating and everything in between. So it's full of antidotes and advice for just girls everywhere, but guys can read it too and appreciate the female brain.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Thank you, Rylan, so much for joining us this morning.
Hello.
Hi. First of all, tell me a little bit about the Music Association. What do you guys exactly do here at the school?
So we're kind of a sub-club of the SAM Club, which is the Sports, Arts, and Entertainment Management Club. We more focus on music, everything about it. At our meetings, we talk about local music, some of the concerts that all of our club members have gone to, and we really want to express to them how much it means to be into the music scene, and we try to get them as much opportunities that we can with the name of the Point Park Music Association.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Today we are joined by Hannah Jenkins, a Point Park musician and the first artist to be signed by Pioneer Records.
Hannah, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I gotta ask, how long have you been writing music and what really got you started?
Well, I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I picked up guitar in high school, mostly to accompany myself singing-wise, and I've always wrote songs, but they almost turned out just to be like poems, you know, because I was really just a singer. And so then playing guitar, I kind of put two and two together and just found this love for songwriting. And I completed my first song, I'd say about 11th grade, and it was just the best and most rewarding feeling, and I was like, I have to keep doing this, and it's just the best thing. I love it so much.
She paints her fingers with a close precision. He starts to notice empty bottles of gin, takes a moment to assess the sins she's paid for.
Let me put this body on you. You're the only one who takes me to infinity and beyond it. But just let me on it. You know I got it bad for you, my babe. 150 shades of you now.
50 shades.
Give it up to me, be my ecstasy. Can you lay it down? Oh yeah.
I'm not